Hey guys, what's up? This is Richard Skilleter, and today we're going to be talking about why you should be using general affirmations to manifest. Now, when doing an affirmation process, it's very important that you learn what the resistance value of the subject you're trying to manifest. So, we're going to take money for an example on this one. So let's say that you say that you want to have money, you want to be abundant, and you think to yourself, well, my goal is, let's say you're a YouTuber, or let's say that you want a pile of money. So you're shooting for basically you're going to shoot for a number. So let's say that number is, let's just do a high number, $10,000 a month. So if you do an affirmation saying that I make $10,000 a month doing X, or the universe or God is bringing me $10,000 right now, that's a very specific affirmation. And you close your eyes right now and think about when you say that affirmation. If you had a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the most resistance, 0 being none, how much resistance would you have towards that? It might be a lot, it might not. So it's better when starting out with affirmations to use a general affirmation. So a general affirmation for, let's say, abundance would be like, my abundance is starting to get a little bit better. Okay. Now, if you were to do that affirmation, my abundance is starting to get a little bit better every day, that's usually more resistance because you're using every day, because that means it's coming in right now. But if you use something like my abundance is getting a little bit better, guess what? It has less resistance. Go ahead and try it right now. Close your eyes. Try that affirmation. My abundance is getting a little bit better. And you're going to see, and you can compare the two. My abundance is getting a little bit better every day. It'll probably have more resistance if you do it like on a scale from 1 to 10. So if I do that, my abundance is getting a little bit better every day, I get about a 2. But if I say my abundance is getting a little bit better, 0. I get 0 on the scale for me. So it'll be different for you if you're able to play around with this resistance scale in your mind, because that's how you're going to know what affirmation to use. Because if you have less resistance by saying or using an affirmation, or even writing an affirmation, it's going to show up quicker. It's going to show up quicker because in the mind you believe it more. If I can believe something more, it's going to show up quicker into your reality because I believe it. So that means the abundance is going to be coming in. So later on, we'll discuss, how to get to a more specific affirmation. So always remember to start with a general affirmation on certain subjects. You're going to see the results quicker. It'll just happen. That's just the way the law of resistance works. So the law of resistance states the more I believe something and I have less resistance, the faster it will come into my reality. So give that one a try. That one's for money. It could be for relationships too. So let's say you have a bad relationship with somebody. Okay. So another way that you can do this in relationships using a general affirmation is something that you already believe about the person. So let's say you had a relationship with somebody, and let's say they were a good cook. And, that was something that you believed about them. Say, my partner is a good cook. So if you focus on something that you believe. So remember, always check what you believe in the law of resistance by checking it by the 0 to 10 scale. So take that affirmation that you made up, but you don't want to cheat at these affirmations. What you want to do is you want to use these affirmations to measure the resistance, because the less resistance you have, the quicker it comes, and it becomes more to a dominant vibration. It becomes more to a dominant vibration, and your vibration, it's going to show up quicker. It's just the way it is. So take that affirmation, my partner is a good cook, and you have 0 resistance towards it, it will show up quicker. Or take something that you believe. I'm just giving you guys examples here. Something that you believe about your partner. Another affirmation you can do about your partner would be like our relationship is starting to get better. Now, maybe you got to check that on the scale. Maybe that's true or not for you. Always check the resistance. Don't take my word for it on the affirmation to use. Work what's going to work for you. Find the affirmation that's going to work for you. Okay? And then try that too. And always put the 0 to 10 scale. You have to do that on a continual basis using this scale with affirmations, because then you're going to know they're going to show up quicker. So those are just two examples with money and relationships. So go ahead. I'm just trying to cover a couple topics with people because that's usually the big one is relationships, money, it could be your health or something else. So go ahead and try that now for a general affirmation. Let me know how it works for you in the comments below. And I will get more into these videos about general affirmations, to specific affirmations. I'm going to be coming out later on with some courses and some trainings about it. So click on the link below, guys, and let me know what you think. Have a great day. Bye.